I wake up in the morning, more dead than alive. Have to eat my breakfast before I open up my eyes. With my second cup of coffee, I stagger out the door in my steel-toed shoes. We got somebody! How y'all doing today? I am so sorry I'm late. I'm behind on everything. I'm blaming it on the weather, y'all. Janet, how y'all doing? Stephanie, Kim Zabo, how you doing? Peggy Harlow, Stephanie Dean, how you all doing? I am so sorry I'm late. I'm on my own today. I don't have my technical advisor. I don't have any backup today. I barely got my notes in there. I got back home at about the time I posted about 3 o'clock and knew I had to go on. I haven't had it. Woo, what a day. Explanation. Today is my normal payday. Got paid today. And with that comes, well, you got to go here, got to go pay that, got to go do this and all of that shit before I got back home. And it was too late to get on at 3, so I had to push it to 4 and barely got into the news then to see what's going on. So it's been a very busy day, and Travis is out doing the same thing. His girlfriend's payday was today, so they're out doing their thing. So we're winging it today, baby. And but it's a beautiful day down here in South Texas. I hope this signal stays good and strong. Bethy Brown, how you doing? Jana Schindler, Val Wood, Bertie Ellum, how you doing, darling? Joe Riddle, how you doing, buddy? Glad y'all are there. Tamara Harrington. Man, I'll tell you what, I'm just so tickled to death. Y'all even take the time to tune in. I didn't get no mail today. That's one of them things. I just went paid the ransom on the mailbox so I can get back in with my key. I didn't get any mail today, but I don't have to go up to the counter and ask the lady for my mail anymore. They gave me my key back, so I can go check my mail anytime I want. Anyway, I hope y'all are having a good day. It is Wednesday, baby. What is live shit? I'm telling you, sometimes it gets rough to go live. I haven't had a chance to look at the results of what we all thought there about me doing live. Or, hey, Buddy Davis, how you doing, Bob? Going live or going back to the old way. I've had a few people confront me and say, hey, John, you did better when you was doing your videos for 15, 20 minutes and got all the news out. And going live takes up about 45 minutes. And some people thought that wasn't a good thing. I don't know. I kind of like it. Gives me a chance to talk to y'all and express my gratitude to y'all for, like I said, even tuning in, even listening. And, I'm telling you, what a day, what a day, what a day. I hope your day's going better than mine is. Not that it's gone bad. It's just been real busy. And, hey, Karen Cormier, how you doing? Claire Dines, how you doing, darling? Claire is in Europe. She's in the UK. Don't get me on the name of the city right now. So what's going on? Well, ain't there a lot of shit going on with our new appointee for the Secretary of the Veterans Affairs? Yep. The doctor up there, old Ronnie Jackson, that got up there and did the cheerleading thing for Donnie on his health care, which we all know he lied through his stinking teeth. Oh, he'll live to be 200 years old. Are you shitting me? Were you drunk then, too? I believe now, looking back, I'm thinking that guy was drunk when he got up there and gave Donnie's health report, took a few pills. His nickname is the Candyman. Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? We got a drug dealer. We got an opioid crisis going on in this country, and we got a drug dealer for nomination. No, hell no, Trump did not vet this guy. There was only one vetting that Donnie cares about. Did he get up there and make me sound good? Well, then that's my guy. That's Donnie. He doesn't give a shit if the man's qualified or anything. He didn't vet the shit out of him. All he knew was that he was up there saying great things about Donnie's health and lying through his teeth. And that's okay in Donnie's book. That's the kind of guy Donnie could get behind there. And evidently he is standing behind him. I understand on the news just a minute ago that they were gonna keep going. His confirmation hearing has has been pushed back a little bit to give the Congress some time to, gather the facts. Gather the facts. Drunk on duty. That's one. Are you shitting me? You're drunk on duty when your primary job is to take care of the president. You're out there getting your ass drunk. He was drunk when he crashed a government car. Now, this says that there was a Secret Service report on this, and he's already coming, oh, no, I wasn't drunk when I crashed that car. You wrecked a government car. Are you shitting me? Drunk? And then he's handing out pills, Ambien and Percocet and shit. The White House had to have an investigation into a large quantity of Percocet that was missing. Ended up that the doctor had given it to some staffer. I don't know. We got to dig into more of that shit. But does this sound like... And he has a personal stash, baby. He's got a personal stash of all sorts of drugs there. In case, you never know when you need an upper or a downer or whatever the hell it is that you want. Or he could pass out to whoever he thinks is appropriate. He's not doing an examination. He just, here you go, have a pill, have a pill, have a pill. Isn't that wonderful? That's what we need in the VA. Somebody with that attitude. Somebody can go to work every day, get drunk on his ass, pop a few pills, baby, and make that government money. Because it's not about improving health care or anything like that. Now, it's about getting in that position. That's what he wants. Expelled spies tracked deflectors. Seeing that little thing popped up on my computer there. I'll have to investigate that. But with all of that charges, all of that shit just coming out, and there are 23 sources, people. 23 sources for this information on this document. Yeah, I'd say that's a pretty good chance that they're all talking the truth up there. Besides that, they say he's just an asshole to work for. Melissa Rave, how you doing, darling? I'm telling you, I'm wore out today. I hope y'all are having a great day, though. The travel ban is up in the Supreme Court right now. They're talking about Donnie's Muslim ban, travel ban, and it's in front of the Supreme Court right now. And we don't know the answer yet, but there was a whole lot of questions going on and whatnot. I have to refresh my memory because I barely had enough time to write down shit like Scott Pruitt, EPA, ethics, spending, and buddies. Well, that's about sums it up for old Scott Pruitt ever since he's been in there. I've said this before, he is Donnie's #1 man because that's the guy that has gone into his department and done exactly what Donnie wanted more than anything else. Cut regulations on business. Donnie told us time and time during the campaign that that's what he is. He's a businessman. He's a successful businessman, not just a businessman. Oh shit, no, I am successful. I have got billions and billions and billions of. And if you don't believe me, ask John Barron. He'll back me up. So will John Miller. Miller will back me up. Are you shitting me? That's the kind of con job we have in the White House. But Scott Pruitt, yep. He's got his ass in a bunch of crack from ethics to spending. We all know about his spending habits. Hell, he's got to have a secret soundproof telephone booth in his office. So when he discusses shit with his cohorts and crimes and determines what legislation gets done and for what reasoning, well, then there's no record of it. It's a soundproof booth, no tapping, nothing like that. It's a private phone in there probably that the government can't listen to or anybody else can listen to. So he can make these deals. You bet your ass that's exactly what he's doing. And he is doing the most damage to this country, long-term speaking, than anything else that's going on in our government right now that I believe. This asshole is destroying regulation after regulation and rule after rule, so that companies could go in and do their shit and not have to worry about where they pollute or what they dig up or anything like that. Just get the money out of the ground. That's what they want. And Scott Pruitt has been that way all his life. When he's the Attorney General out in Oklahoma, he was the oil and gas business. He was known for suing the EPA. So, yeah, he's the prime guy to have in the EPA as far as O'Donnell's concerned. But Scott's got his ass in a sling, and they're going to be investigating a bunch of shit he's done. And he's making these deals on these mining and oil and gas leases and shit with the owners of those companies and shit. That's who determines what we do nowadays. I think they call that fascism. Look it up in the dictionary. Somebody might quote me on that shit. But isn't that when business just kind of, that's what that is. That's what Donnie is. That's what all of them is. Hi, Gina Millwood. How you doing? He's a dark and crashed. He was drunk and crashed. I'm sorry, dealer. Yes, that's what the report is, that he was drunk and crashed a cart. Pruitt needs to go. I am so with you. Carolee Bassett, how you doing up there in Maine, darling? We were just talking about you just a little while ago. My kids are getting ready to get up, and that's part of what they had to do. That Travis has got the measurements for what they allow on an airplane. You know, it's got to be this long and this tall and this wide, and it got to fit up here and all that stuff. Well, my son is, Travis is he's to the T. If it says that measurement, that's what he's got to do. He's going to find a bag that's going to get that done. And so that's what they're doing. This was everybody's last payday, I think, before they take off. We're up in New England. And they have plans not only to go to New York City, the people they're going to see are in Connecticut, but they want to get up into Maine. And I'm just so tickled. I've told y'all before that this trip is so big for them. And I'm so tickled to death that my kids have stayed in contact with the same group of kids that they all grew up riding their skateboards and shit and going through life, and now they're all adults and still together, and they will meet somewhere. And that, to me, just it says it all. They're all geeks, and I love that shit. I don't have to worry about drunken, drugged up parties or none of that shit. My kids came out. I don't know how that happened. Don't know how it happened, but I am so thankful for it. Anyway, a little tidbit in the news. I saw out there in California that the Golden State Killer, which I remember this being in the news a long time ago. It was between the years of 1976 and 1986, not telling my age and where I was back then. But there was a guy out there who killed 12 people, raped 45, and broke into 120 houses. And they had never caught the guy, and they finally did. His name is Joseph D'Angelo, and it looks like they got him with DNA evidence and all that shit. But sometimes, baby, sometimes it takes years to track down these people, but they'll track them down. You think Donnie's going to get away with shit? Are you kidding me? Mueller's out there investigating every cotton-picking thing Donnie ever did in his life that might pertain to the Russians. You know, any Russian money laundering or anything, which I still hold I think will be found out that that's exactly what he did after he lost his shit in Atlanta and he needed somebody to bail his ass out. Well, here come Russia. And I think that's exactly what's going on. But anyway, well, y'all know what that means when I say, Macron! Hey, President Macron from France. I've seen part of the speech. I was only in there for a little bit and heard his speech to Congress today. Now, he's been showing the bromance they've been calling. Hello, Kelly Devlin. I'm sorry, Devlin. How you doing, darling? Glad you dropped by. Claire Dines. I had to switch off early when Trump was doing his touchy-feely thing with the French president. That's what I was just talking about. Are you shitting me? Have y'all seen all the damn... You know, you got to remember every time this guy's out in public, there's cameras on him, and they have those zoom in and see what the shit's going on. But are you shitting me? God knows first there's always an arm wrestling to see who's going to jerk who, because old Donnie likes to give that good firm jerk. I swear if I'd shove my arm so far into him he'd stumble backwards 10 feet. I wouldn't cut that sumbitch no slack the way he does that to people, and he does it to everybody. It's one of his signature things, along with his big red tie that points to his pecker. Anyway, where was I? Oh, yeah, he got up there and, the bromance all weekend. You know, Donnie with the handshake when they weren't turning around. Donnie's going to drag him by the hand behind him and all that. Don't want to let him go. It's so ridiculous. And they were really commenting and laughing about the whole thing over the weekend. But then Macron got in front of the Congress today and made a speech. Yeah, well, he's not so much on Donnie's side, it seems. One, he upheld climate change. And gave a speech. You know, the world, this is a world issue, not a country issue. And multilateralism, the countries working together is an essential thing in this world today. If we all want to survive, we all have to work together. It's basically that way through life itself, but we haven't learned the whole thing yet. We are still fighting wars, trying to kill each other all over this planet. But it flies in the face of Donnie's America first, fuck everybody. Excuse me. The hell with everybody else. It's America first, and we don't give a shit about nothing else. Well, if you go that route, then the world doesn't give a shit about you. And the next thing you know, there's bad shit happening all over the damn place because one person gets up there and makes a freaking ruckus. And I swear last night when I heard him talking his shit about Iran, France is not going to pull out of the Iran deal. That's something Donnie can't get through his damn head. It's not just America in that deal. It's a multi-nation deal with Iran. And it was a good deal. Just because Donnie doesn't like it, because Obama had it, well, that's just too freaking bad. And the world knows that we got to do this. But Donnie doesn't see it that way. And Donnie wanted Macron to change his mind and go against it. Let's pull out it, make a big thing out of it. No. Macron does not want to pull out of the Iran nuclear deal. Why? Because it was a good deal. And Donnie's just trying to be a dick, but now they're going to try to work some new thing out that Donnie's going to have to try to shove up everybody's ass to say, hey, look here, we have a new deal, and if you don't take this deal, well, we're at the same back place where we were before. That's bullshit. America will just sound like it just doesn't want to keep its promises. Just because one guy signs the paper, it kind of obligates our country to do the right thing and stay in the obligation, but not with Donnie. He'll break and throw everything under the bus, kick and scream, and lie his ass off to do whatever the hell he wants to do. And that's who we have for a president nowadays. Anyway, I was happy to see him stand up, for the Paris Climate Accord, the deal with Iran, the multilateralism around the world, working with countries all around the world, no tariffs, you can't do that shit. Work a trade deal, and that's it. But, not Donnie. Donnie wants to throw a wrench into everything, baby. He likes chaos. He's told us that before. I love chaos. I like to watch it. He doesn't give a shit what crumbles around him. It I don't know, makes his tiny pecker hard. I don't know what it does. Hey, Sarah Lopez, how you doing, darling? Resist, baby. That's it. I'm telling you, and I know Sarah does all the time. I think she's back up here in Robstown again. Switches back and forth between Robstown and the valley down there, so lucky her, she gets to travel a bit. But I'm doing fine, Sarah. I hope you are, too. We still need to get together for lunch sometime, darling. Tammy Ames, this holding hands, I know it, skipping around is what really got me. Ain't you shitting me? It just, all he had to do is put Dancing Through the Tulips, music, and it would have just looked like, oh, here we go, and no such buddies. But no, I think Macron, I think it's even been said in the news, he plays him like a fiddle. He knows what he's doing with Donnie. All you have to do is throw Donnie a compliment here and there, and Donnie will just eat that up. And then you can just guide him whichever way you want. Hell no, we're not going to pull out of the Iran deal, but they're going to try to come up with some bullshit to make Iran do something else. I've always said this before. There's two major powers in the Middle East. That's Iran and Saudi Arabia. Sunni and Shiite, that's what it's always been. It's a 1,000-year thing. That's what's going on over there, and that's what's forever going to go on. But I tell people that I remember distinctly when I was young. When I first went in the military, we were working side by side with Iranians. We were training Iranians. I spoke to a lot, met a lot of Iranians. Their culture and everything is more to our culture than Saudi Arabia it is. Saudi Arabia, their culture is nothing like our culture. Iran, yeah, they have a lot of democratic views over there and stuff. They hold elections, all that shit. They had that revolution when they kicked the Shah out and took power and took our embassy and all that, and that was not a good deal, but sometimes you got to get over bad shit. We had to in Vietnam. And you move on and you make the world better. That's all you can do. But, oh shit, lost my train of thought. Cat Bell, what are you doing, darling? Trump has the social maturity of a 14-year-old. You give him that much credit? Really? Probably so, about 14 years old or some shit like that. He acts like a spoiled little teenager. I'm just so embarrassed every time he gets up there to speak, every time he makes any public appearance. It's embarrassing to watch him in my book. Now, it might just be because I can't stand the man. I can't. Every time he comes on, my blood pressure goes up. I have all sorts of comments to say while he's out there yakking his jaw off. And I can't wait. I can't wait. This beard can't go much longer. I can't wait for the Mueller investigation to kick in. What did he say this week? Somebody, are you going to pardon Michael Cohen? Well, no, that's a stupid question. That's what he said. That's what he told the reporter. That's a stupid question. I know it's stupid because we all know he will. And that's what we're all waiting for him. Is he going to fire Rosenstein? Probably so. It's the only way to get to Mueller. He's going to go after something somewhere. And when he does, we all need to be in the street, baby. We need to be out there the day he does it and show this world that we're not going to put up. This is a country based on law, based on the rule of law. There is a proper investigation going on with a special prosecutor appointed by a Republican to look into the Russian interference in our election. If he does anything to circumvent that, that is obstruction of justice, more so than firing Comey and all the other shit that he's been trying to do. We all know what he is. He's a traitor. He's a lying piece of shit. Anyway, Karen Cormier, Sarah Lopez says hi back. Rosa, oh man, I'm telling you people, I'm just about out of it today. I'm just so busy and trying to get up here. That is the one thing about going live that is tough. Is you got to get on here at a certain time or something, and you got to shove shit in your head, and if you don't get it shoved up there fast enough, quick enough, well, shit, you come out here and you don't know what to talk about. What happened in the special election last night? Last night, it went to Arizona. Arizona had a special election, and the Republicans won. Here's the story there as I remember it. We can all take a little bit of pride in the fact that it was won by 5%. Trump took that district by 25% or something like that, pretty close to 25%. So that's a big story there that the Democrats came within 5% of taking that seat last night. And it just points, even and you know Arizona's deep red. Look, they go down there all the time. When Trump goes down there for his rallies and shit, they're just really ate up with the Trumpism over there. Not that we don't have plenty of them here in Texas, baby, because we do. And they're all around. And we just have to stand our ground knowing that we have blue brothers and sisters out in California, up in New England, all across there are blue dots everywhere you look. So we're just one drop in a big old blue wave that's coming, and we're going to sweep this country, and we know we are. So we lost one in Arizona last night, but not by much, in a heavily Republican district. So we have an election, I think it is June. Oh, Lord, I can't remember now. Governor, Texas declared a special election on June 2nd, I believe it is. I'm going to have to check that. Don't hold me to it. For the special election for my district, Eric Olguin, running for the 27th district here down here in Texas. That's my district. And so we're really pushing for Eric Olguin. If you can support him in any way, if you see fit, look him up on the internet. He would definitely appreciate any support from anywhere. It's coming down to it. But he is doing well down here, and I very well much hope to see him become my new congressman. And so that's what I always try to remind people. If you live in a solid blue district, reach out to a red district. Somewhere else, there's a Democratic candidate running in a red area, and they need help. So help them out. Mine and everybody else's too. Anyway, Jay Stoker, he's a fascist dictator. I believe you, buddy. That's what he's working towards. I swear if he had his way, well, you're right. If he had his way, he would be a dictator. The whole legal system would be all under Donnie Trump. Donnie Trump would be the judge, jury, the executioner, the guy that makes the arrest, everything else. Donnie would be the deciding factor of who gets arrested and for what charge. That's what Donnie would do in a heartbeat. Would he love to see just like that guy overseas, president for life, or just like Pootie, his buddy Pootie, to do it like him, to put himself in a power position that he stays in control for years and years and years? Yeah, he'd do that. And the only people stopping him from doing that is you and me and all of us out in the street writing letters and doing whatever we can to stop this bullshit, because it is not normal, it is not right, and we won't stand for it. We are the ones that's going to decide this shit, not Donnie the Dick or his lawyers. We don't give a shit. This is our legal system. This is our country. This is our law. and this is what we'll do. And if he doesn't follow those laws, well, he ends up with the same way any other crook would, in jail, or in my book, tar and feathered, running mass out of town. That's what I'd love to see. That's the good old days that Donnie always talks about. That's what they do in the good old days. That's right. That's in the good old days. They'd tar and feather your ass and run you out for a con man stealing people's money their whole life. And I still think, hey, Candy Pickard, Gidry. I'm sorry, darling. I'll try to read it before I know who's there. Candy is our main admin on JBS. She is always doing a super bang-up job, and we're so proud of her and being associated over there. I hope you all had a good turnout over there on JBS on the last live broadcast. Now, on this thing of going live and doing tape, I was toying with the idea of staying with my live broadcast because I tend to enjoy it, and I intend to like making the contact with people that we get to when we're going live. And but I've been toying with the idea of turning that GoPro back on special things. When I got my mind set on a subject and I want to get that out of my head, I need to do that because I have something to say. And sometimes I get something in my head, and then when I come down here and y'all start this shit over here saying stuff and showing up and stuff, then I get sidetracked and go, oh, who was that? And Brett Miller, go blue, baby. I'm telling you, that's what we all doing. But Kathy Larkin, we've got to flip everyone blue, baby. It's the only way to go. It's like it's not even a choice anymore. If you look at what the Republican Party is now, there's not really a choice of which party you should belong to. If you have compassion in your heart, if you have any kind of empathy for anything in the world living, human or anything at all, pets or whatever, then you're probably liberal. Because the Republican Party has turned the conservative party, the party of fiscal responsibility and the family moral party and what other kind of bullshit slogan they can come up with to name themselves, to make them palatable, to make them acceptable to the American public. Well, then they'll come up with some bullshit name. But we know all about their bullshit names. It usually has something to do with liberty or freedom or America or Bible or some shit like that they can sell to people and take advantage of their natural inclination to be a religious person or to believe in one thing or another. But it is, oh shit, what was that? Ooh, sky's falling. Like I don't know, it's that old song. If you don't stand for something, you'll fall for anything, and that's what a lot of people have done. They've fallen for a demagogue, a golden idol of bullshit, a self-glorifying asshole, and they think that, oh, look there, he was on TV, he was a great guy and all this bullshit. No, he's con man. That's all he is. That's all he's been his whole life. He's trying to convince people of something that's not true, and he's morally unfit to be president of this country. I kind of have a tendency to love my country, and it really pisses me off when I see it denigrated around the world, and these short gains that he claims that we've got, the economy's doing. Y'all see the stock market yesterday, and whoo, down again, baby. That's just a hint of things to come. Things can't go up forever. It's gravity involved, baby. Even with the stock market, it's going to come down. But all these gains, these short-term little gains that he's claiming are going to end up costing this country out the wazoo in years to come. And that's the farthest thing in the world from fiscally responsible people. And the Republicans, last night somebody was, now I can't even remember who, I shouldn't even remember now. There was a little TV thing on there about what I've always said. If you go back and look at history, if you go back and study the numbers, every time there's been a Republican in office, our country goes to shit. It goes downhill. All the numbers go downhill. Bad things happen and all that shit. And then a Democrat comes in and they start whining about the deficit. That's what they was talking about, the deficit and everything, and how it changed between Reagan and Bush and Clinton, and how Clinton had a surplus, and then here come another Bush, and then we got rid of the surplus, and we had a deficit there, and here come another Democrat, Obama, and he raises it back up until he gets it up here, and then Donnie takes control and going up a little bit more. And you know what's coming next. History shows us what's going next. It's going to crash like a son of a bitch when all their tax cuts. Get out of there. Oh, I might have to get off camera here. No cats up there. I'll be right back. Get out of there. Get up. Go on. Get no. I'm sorry, people. Stumble all over myself here. Back up there. I don't want to lose a squirrel to a cat, and the cats have plenty to eat. I just went to the store. They got all sorts of cat food, all sorts of canned food, dry food. Now, here's a little kicker. Mama's been telling me something about this cat food. She said it's the same cat food because Mama's got this thing. She likes to stay with one product of dry food because it keeps their diet good. And we give them a little wet food every once in a while. But we've been buying this same thing, and this last time we bought it, we went in up there, and the cats don't really like to eat it. Every morning we go out there, and the bowls will still have cat food in them. Well, today, went and bought some more cat food because we need more cat food because we got lots of cats. And Mama noticed the color of the same. That's the same cat food, bought two different places. The one I bought today is all full of bright red colors that's in that cat food normally. A handful from the other one is all dull and just there's no color in it. Same shapes, same basic colors, but it looks like it's been washed 100 times or something because it's dull. Same cat food, same thing. Two different stores. The good stuff I got at H-E-B, I can tell you that. But that just made me wonder, like how did that happen? Does, when they put that stuff, when they take it off the shelf, they take it back to the company, they throw it in another bag it up, sell it to somebody else. That's the only thing I could think of because there was a definite difference between the cat foods. So y'all pay attention to what you feed your animals. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there because I'm having to chase cats. And everybody's gone around here except me and Mama's upstairs busy. Anyway, I done lost all my shit again. Jay Stoker, I love my country too. The bullshit we're seeing is sick, buddy. That's what we're talking about, is the disgusting way that this man operates, his lies, his deceit, the way he treats people, the name calling, all the petty bullshit that he calls out on his stupid Twitter. It's just embarrassing to our country, and yet every day we have to get up in the morning and he's still there. So I want Miller to hurry up and get his shit done so we can get on with the business. If nothing else, when we take over the House and the Senate this November, then things will be different because the Republicans have already showed us who they are. They're not about to do anything to uphold Mueller or anything else. Well, we don't think he's going to do that, so we don't need to take any action at all. No, you don't want to take any action because your dick of a president up there is thinking about firing people. But they keep reminding him, oh, he has the right to do that. He is the president. Yeah, he's got the right to do it. He's got a right to do whatever he wants. He has a right to be a Russian hack if he wants to. If he wants to be a Russian spy, he can do that. And that's why we're investigating his ass, because we think he is. And because I got all sorts of shit I was thinking about the other day that with this Russia shit, the sanctions that it took so long for him, when I told y'all that when he finally did get around, they gave the Russians enough time to make a workaround, to find another shell company to do whatever it is that they were doing before. So then we put the sanctions that we had out, and they don't do it a damn bit of good because now they done got a workaround around them. And the same thing's going on with the same bullshit sanctions when our secretary to the UN, her name, insert there, brain freeze for a second, told us about the sanction that he was going to put in, and then the next thing you know, he turned around, oh, no, wait, we're not going to do that yet. Why? Because we have to make a workaround before you do the sanctions. So the flow of money won't stop. That's his bullshit reasons for not doing the sanctions when we put them on him, is because Donnie wants to give his man time to work. Hell, the missile strike in Syria, are you shitting me? We called him up. We called him on the phone and told him, here we come. We're going to hit here, here, and here. And Jay, and so you get your shit moved, get all your personnel away from there, and then we're going to strike, and then nothing else will be said because it's all up there. Look at there. We blocked some missiles. That's Donnie. Look at there. I hit him with missiles over there. Blew up some buildings over there. Look, here's a picture of it. Are you shitting me? He's done nothing. He just farts in the wind, and we expects us all to smell it and say, roses, I smell roses. No, it smells like shit, because that's all he does is crank out crap and shit. But, whoo, man, I'm telling you what, I got to stop and read for a second. wished I would have brought my tea down here. That's what my mind's going. My mind's trying to read the words. My mind inside is going, why didn't you bring your tea glass down here? Because it's 88, 89 degrees down here in clear skies and the sun is shining, baby. Anyway, Moriande, my wife and I are very happy that you're going to live now because it makes us feel that you're in the room with us, and it's pretty sure, oh, going live, I'm sorry. Going to live, I am going to live, I think. All the time, Blue Dots feel the same way. I love going live. It does interfere, I swear it really does, with my train of thought when I have a thought. That's how come I'm thinking I need to do a few of my videos and put them up just like I used to, because then I'm not distracted by the enjoyment of seeing questions and people's names pop up. Kathy Turner, how you doing? So did Naomi. Oh, Lordy, dear, you got a name? Mahundra joined. Thank you all for stopping on. Mona Score, I'm sorry. So you get distracted over there because you're so tickled at that people come by and even see it. But I might have to turn that camera back on because there are particular things I want to say, information I want to put out like I used to, and I want to get that out. And a few people have brought it to my attention that I lack that sometimes in my live broadcast. But they can kiss off because I kind of like the live broadcast because we're family and I love to visit with the family. And on that I saw where JBS had gone up to 3,030-something followers on that page, and shit, about that many members I think now. So I am so proud. I say it all the time because I am. I go over there and look at what's going on and what they're saying, what Candy's writing, what Joe's writing, what they're reporting on, what Monica throws up there or Kat throws up there for people to look at and be informed. And to me, I always say that it is the most important thing that we can push on everybody. Be informed, because if you're informed, then you know what the deal is. You know that they're lying when they talk about bullshit, and you know what side of the fence you should come down on. So that's all we ever ask of anybody is be informed. If you're informed and you come down on the wrong side, well, quit watching Fox News and watch something other than Bullshit Mountain. Or don't listen to Rush Limbaugh and freaking traitors like that just want to denigrate our country. And that's all they do over there. They do it while waving the flag, holding the Bible and all that bullshit. That's all Fox News does. They use those tools, the American flag and the Bible and Jesus and everything else, to try to sway people to listen to bullshit, and that's what so denigrates our country, is that we have Americans that listen to that shit, that go that way, that believe that bullshit, and that's how come our country is in the condition it's in now, and that's how come we're in a bind the way we are now, and that's how come we have the president we have now. It's because those people believe bullshit. And man, I so miss Barack Obama. Me and Mom was talking about him earlier. I still hold to the thought that I wish some president in the future would reach out for a Supreme Court pick and put Obama on Barack Obama on the Supreme Court. He is a constitutional lawyer, a good one. He would make a fine Supreme Court justice, and I would love to see that, because then I could rest a little bit easier at night knowing that there are sane people on the court. And as long as there's Republicans, they're going to try to stack the court. They've done it all across the country with their judgeships, and trying to put people in there that don't know the law, could give a shit less about the law. But baby, they know money, and that's why they're being put in power. That's why they're being put in judgeships for life. So those judges that are being appointed by this asshole are going to be there for a long ass time until they get caught doing something, and then maybe get their ass run out of office. I don't know. Monica Barnes, how you doing? 80 and sunny in Seattle. Lots of pollen, though. I do have allergies. Not much pollen today, but we have some. Every time it comes out of the north, I swear Mama says it's the cedar trees that come down from up north and blow down here and make me allergic. But I've just started doing that. So, but I hope the sunny weather's all over the country. I know it's not somewhere up by Dallas. Travis let me know, not my Travis, TW Travis let me know that there was thunder showers up there, I think it was. Ted Darren, how you doing, buddy? Glad you dropped by. And but anyway, waiting for hummingbirds. Joyce Brewer is waiting for the hummingbirds. We are too, Joyce. We have one. We have one that stays year-round. Mama puts that feeder out there religiously. That little hummer stays here. I don't know why he doesn't leave with everybody else. I guess he's found a bird nest on the ground for the rest of his life. He knows that woman's going to feed him every day. And so then we wait for all the rest of them to come back. Normally when we have during hummingbird season out here, we have just I go broke buying sugar and shit for them to make sugar water and all that to feed them. But we have plenty of hummingbirds that come through here. Fred loves to look at the window. We have his cage right there at the window where you can sit right out by the hummingbirds. I guess he imagines like he could fly that fast, little fat sucker. He couldn't fly anywhere. Anyway, I just heard Mama come out either onto the deck or in from the house. She's either out there feeding squirrels or birds. You up there, Mama? Nope. And if she was, I doubt she'd say anything because she knows I'm on the air. I swear one of these days we're going to sneak a photograph of her in somewhere. Anyway, I'm just burning up y'all's time at this page. Cheryl Bahuka Pelleter. This page and others saved my sanity. Well, thank you, darling. There's a lot of people. Y'all can run over there and take a listen to Andy Pagoda on Filthy Mouth Liberal. I think it was maybe Cat or Candy that just posted there's that guy that does a parody of Republicans, dumb shit from West Virginia. He does you get a good chuckle out of him. There are people out there with voices that are trying to do the same thing I'm trying to do. Just raise awareness, keep people motivated, keep them pointing in a certain direction. And let's not forget, when we vote, we win. And that's the people that we're really after, is those people that haven't voted for a long time, that have a tendency to stay home on election day. And we can't have that. We have every voice counts, every hand has to be held up and counted. I voted, and that's how we get the government that we elect. And so everybody has to participate. And the more people that participate, the more Democrats win. So, all right. Well, with that note, I guess I'm going to sign off here and let y'all go back to whatever y'all is going to do. It's probably more important than what I got to say. Kendrick Griffin. I agree, John. Obama needs to be on the Supreme Court. Thank you, darling. I appreciate that. I do. I think it would make a fine Supreme Court justice and fair one at that. And I just miss the man. I miss the dignity that was that office before the orange clown came in and started throwing his feces all over the place and urinating on everything and just making everything go to hell, just so everybody can look at him. Remember, Donnie doesn't give a shit if it's good news, bad news, or anything. He just likes being in the news. That's his dream. Have the camera on me. I don't give a shit if you're calling me an asshole or loving me. He doesn't care as long as it's him. And that's what's wrong with this man, is he's just all about him. Anyway, I really hate to say goodbye when everybody's still here, but I got to go up there and get ready to eat supper pretty quick because it's getting about that time. John Bravo, like, share, and subscribe. John Bravo, Blue Dot in Texas, on YouTube. John Bravo on Facebook. John Bravo Speaks, Blue Dot Family. Go over there and join up with that group and stay involved, stay informed. Join other groups, follow other people that are preaching the same message. Stay motivated to stay in this fight, because we can't back down for a minute. I'll go back to doing a short video every once in a while on my camera so I can get information that I want to get out about candidates and my thoughts on certain shit that's happening. And so I can keep those motivated to do that are just in here for the news and not my pleasant personality. Like, why would anybody show up for any other reason than my pleasant personality? Anyway, I appreciate every one of y'all. Love every one of y'all for coming in and saying hello. And we'll see you all on Friday. Y'all know what to prepare. There's certain products that you need. I love in my book, by the way, Curly Besson, Seeds of Change. Y'all can find that book on Amazon. It's such a cute little book. And I told Mama I should just come down here and read it, because it probably wouldn't take that long to do it. Maybe one of these days I'll just open the book and show you the pictures, and we'll have reading time with John. And anyway, I really think that's a cute book, and it speaks really to the point of the ridiculousness of marijuana laws in this country. And I'm so proud of her and her kids for writing it. Anyway, y'all have a good one. We'll see y'all on Friday. Bye now. In live video, I think it ended. No, it's got to ask me another question. I wake up in the morning, more dead than alive.